Hey guys, welcome again. So let's quickly talk about Google Container Engine. So Google Container Engine basically is represented by abbreviation GKE. So the K is not, even though it is Google Container, it should be C, but we use K for a couple of reasons. Number one, GC is already taken by the Google Compute Engine, and number two is GKE is package Kubernetes. So K is for Kubernetes. GKE is the Google Kubernetes Container Engine, and we just drop the C and use K rather. So anyways, a quick bit of background to set the context here is GKE is layered on top of Google Compute Engine GCE. GCE provides the low-level virtual machine instance, and GKE lashes the Kubernetes and container magic on top. Okay, so the whole reason behind GKE is to make Kubernetes and container orchestration accessible and simple. We can also think of GKE as Kubernetes as service. All the goodness of fully featured production grade Kubernetes cluster pre-packaged ready for us to consume. Now let's quickly talk a bit about configuring GKE. So to work with GKE, you will need an account on the Google Cloud with billing configured and a blank project. These are all simple to set up, so we would not be spending too much time explaining them here. So in the rest of the section, I'm assuming you already have an account with billing configured and new project created. The following steps will walk you through configuring GKE via web browser. Some of the details might change in the future, but overall the concept and flow will remain this as only. Now I will walk you through simple steps to go forward on the same. Step number one, from within the console of your Google Cloud Platform GCP project, open the navigation pane on the left hand side and select Container Engine from under the Compute sections. You may have to click the three horizontal bars at the top left of the console to make the navigation pane visible. Step number two, make sure that container cluster is selected in the left hand navigation pane and click the plus create cluster button. This will start the wizard to create a new Kubernetes cluster. Step number three, enter a name and description for the cluster. Step number four, select the GCP zone that you want to deploy the cluster to. And right now, presently, there exists only a single zone. Step number five, select the cluster version. This is the version of Kubernetes that will run on your master and nodes. You are limited to the version available in the drop-down list. Step number six, select the machine type that you want your cluster nodes to be based on. Step number seven, under node image, choose COS. This is the container optimized OS image based on Chromium OS. It supersedes the older container VM image. Step number 8, use the size field to choose how many nodes you want in the cluster. This is the number of nodes in the cluster and does not include the master control plane, which is built and maintained for you in the background. And the last step, step number 9, leave all other options as their default and click create. You can also click the more link to see a long list of other options you can customize. And of course, surely we should explore that, but I will not be discussing and taking your more time here in the lecture. So your cluster will now be created. Now in the next lecture, we would be talking about how to exploring GKE. We would be talking more about it, and then we will proceed from there. Thank you.